my Sunday's Best, my favorite song too, Brandy, which is why I had it on today. So I'm super excited to join everybody. I'm going to make sure you can see my screen. So make sure that's happening. Perfect. Okay. You guys tell me if I'm got this wrong, okay? Perfect. Okay. We can all see my screen. You can see me. Okay, perfect. I don't know where the chat went, guys. That's okay. Figure it out together. Perfect. Thank you for letting me know you can see my screen. I'm so grateful. Okay. It's kind of hard to manage all these screens at one time. Awesome. So good morning, everybody. My name is Laura Perez Freitas, and I'm with Training and Coaching, and I'm super excited to be hosting the All Call today because we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, even though many of you on the call may not agree, talking about prospecting to build your business. So that's our jam today, and I'm really excited that everybody enjoyed the music that we started off with because those are songs that get me pumped. So I'm glad I could share that with you. Again, my name is Laura Perez Freitas. My official title is Senior Manager of Broker Development and Strategic Marketing. So that's me. I want to talk through the agenda a little bit. So again, we're going to talk about prospecting. Prospecting 101 is how we're going to start. And I know we all may be very familiar with what that is, but I kind of just want to talk about some other ways that maybe we don't think about our prospecting all the time. We'll talk a little bit about database and CRM, as we know that's the foundation of our prospecting. And then we'll talk about some of my 5 top tools to prospect with. And then pipeline, we'll kind of end with that and just talk through that. Hopefully you're using that tool. And if not, we can get you some good ways to get more familiar with it. And then we'll talk about what's coming up this week and the rest of the month. Okay, so prospecting. What is it? Prospecting is the proactive effort to find and connect with potential buyers, sellers, and referral sources. It includes, but not limited to, networking, social media, open houses, direct outreach, and community involvement. So we will talk through a few different examples of that and just really comfortable ways to find what you are going to work best in your day-to-day. Okay, so why prospecting in real estate is a non-negotiable. And I know that may sound a little aggressive, but I'm saying it as nice as possible. But here's the deal. No prospecting equals no pipeline. So AKA your future business. No pipeline equals unpredictable income. And who wants that? And unpredictable income equals stress, panic, and questioning all of our life choices. So let's avoid that. My plan is to help you avoid that. So that's what we're doing right now. Okay, so kind of something I think, and if you work with me, you know I'm a bit of a visual person. So I like kind of seeing things and knowing how they are. So I like this kind of idea of thinking about prospecting as, you know, sow today, sell tomorrow. So think of prospecting as planting a seed in a garden. You can't expect a full bloom of closings if you never plant, water, and nurture those relationships, right? So real estate isn't a build it and they will come, you know, field of dreams mentality. It's more of like show up, engage, provide value, and they'll remember when it counts. So that's kind of what we're talking through, and just understanding that prospecting is a long game. And I say that all the time. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So, you know, what we do today may benefit us in the first time we send something, we get a phone call. It may benefit us in 6 months. It may be 6 years, if we're being honest. So I think there's some things there to understand that all of these pieces are very valuable to the bigger picture. Okay. So the biggest thing we have to remember is you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. And again, if you know me, you know I love quotes. So this is one that I stick with and think it's kind of important. So let's go through these. So the first tool that I'm just going to mention, and I think it's probably one you may heard of, it is the CRM. So this is on platform, You can upload and organize and rank your contacts. You can set annual sales volume goals in there. You can do your average sales price, and all that is really easy to find right on that main page of the CRM. And you can also complete outreach reminders as well as log your activity. So there's a couple things in the CRM that I'm not sure if everybody knows is available, but anytime you do any of the prospecting items we're going to talk through today and any other tools within platform, that actually gets logged into your CRM. So it's one little thing in the activity log that you can see, again, 6 months later, a year later, how much activity you've actually been doing proactively. So I want to make sure that you know that, and just know that the CRM is a fantastic tool to keep us engaged with our people and understanding, this is the who, right? So make sure you take advantage of that and go onto platform and do the training class if you're a little bit unfamiliar with how to manage the CRM in a really effective way. Okay. And if you truly manage your database somewhere else, I'm not going to say no to that. We just really need and encourage you to have a database that is manageable, that you really have a good grasp on. Okay. And now we're going to talk a little bit about database ranking, because I think this is a conversation that I have consistently where maybe there's a little bit of a misunderstanding on what we mean here. So ranking your database for A's, B's, C's, and D's does not really fall in the same category as hot and cold. And I think sometimes we might get that a little confused. Hot and cold more so is someone we're thinking about that is going to move within the next, 0 to 6 months, 6 to 12 months, things like that. But really, when we're talking about ranking our CRM, it's solely about the people we have great relationships with that refer us and so on. So I kind of have like a breakdown here. What are our A's? These are your VIPs, past clients. I have this little bit of a mantra where I feel like every client or past client is an A until proven otherwise. So I do say this: if you would not cross the street if you saw them to avoid them altogether, you should treat them as an A, because I feel if you nurture that relationship in that way, it's going to give you back what you need, right? And that's referrals and more business. Okay. So B's, they like you, they might refer you, but need a little nudge sometimes. So there is some proactive measures you can do to stay top of mind with consistent value and check-ins. Then there's C's. These are past clients or connections who aren't engaged yet with you, but keep them in the loop, because as always, any data is good data. So we want to make sure we keep track of that. And if they're in your sphere at all, there should be some level of communication that we have with them. Okay. And then D, if I'm being honest, sometimes I say D means delete, but going back to what I just said about any data is good data, we keep them in there, right? So they're unlikely to refer you or maybe work with you again. Limit your time and energy. Maybe you just keep them rolling on your monthly e-blast or something that goes out a little bit more automated, not something that you spend a ton of time on to direct. Okay. So with that being said, we want to put our and your time, energy, and marketing dollars where they matter most, on the people who are most likely to support you and your business. So these are the people that want to help you grow. Your cheerleaders, your super fans, those are the people we want to focus on. And we're going to talk about a few different ways to do that. Okay. So I just wanted to fill you with a little bit of data, because I know sometimes that, we kind of just have a lot of opinions, but I wanted to focus on some actual research that will help us better understand why we're doing these things, right? So by the numbers, according to NAR, 43% of buyers used an agent that was referred to them by a friend, neighbor, or relative. So, that's almost half the buyers in the field right now, or that are looking right now, use someone that was referred to them. So, that makes your chances that much greater if we're proactively outreaching to our sphere, so then they refer us, right? And 65% of sellers found their agent through a referral from a friend, neighbor, or relative. So sellers even increased that percentage of wanting to get a referral for that. So I just think that's incredible. And 87% of those people said that they were definitely or probably recommended their agent for future services. So, unless someone's had a bad experience with you, and sometimes, let's be real, maybe it wasn't even you, it was maybe the transaction, most likely are going to refer you if we keep and stay top of mind. So that's our goal. Okay. And I know that this is a little factoid that I think most of us know, but sometimes get really nervous of repeating. But on average, every person in the US knows 12 real estate agents. Sounds like a lot, but I think the question then is how do you get them to choose you? And bigger question is how do you get them to refer you? So the way that we can do that is a few different things we'll go through. Okay. These are my top 5 at tools to prospect with. So these are all available on platform. These are all tools you have access to. And these are all things that maybe you've used in the past for another capacity. But I really love for you to think about ways that you can use these as proactive, resourceful outreach so you can engage with your sphere and with your client base. So one is eCampaigns, right? The eCampaign tool itself has a lot of great templates that you can just format and send out. You know, we've done a few different series on outreaching to buyers, to sellers, to open house contacts. There are a lot of templates right in the eCampaign system for you to use, but also you can customize and curate your own. So know that that tool is accessible and a great positive way to make sure that you're getting in front of people. So it kind of ties back into the CRM, right? So making sure that that CRM is robust because that's the tool that communicates with eCampaigns, I think would be the first step, which is why we started there. But understanding that that's a fantastic tool to get in front of people. Okay. And then we have the digital listing presentation and the digital buyer presentation. So, you know, a lot of the trainings that we've had before, when we integrated them into some of our coaching and training sessions, we talked about how to use this more as an outreach when someone isn't in the search phase or the sell phase, right? More about using this as an outreach to say, hey, I'd love to get your opinion on this. I really respect it. I just created this new presentation. Let me know what you think, right? And in that same token, it's, you know, maybe you worked with the seller 5 years ago. Our technology at our brokerage, your technology individually, and your stats and your sales and your experience has increased since that last time you worked with them. So it might be a really great refresher on how awesome you are. And again, the additional services that you may now provide that you didn't before. So it's just a really nice way to have you highlight yourself in a way that I think feels super comfortable. So using the DLP or the digital buyer presentation as an outreach, just having a more generic one that you send out and hopefully engage. Those are awesome. So digital CMA, I know a lot of agents that use this kind of in place of that real estate review, you know, that whole process that we kind of think about doing once a year, maybe twice a year. Digital CMA might make that process a lot smoother and a lot quicker for you. So that's a really great tool to go in, create kind of a preliminary CMA, send it out to them. You know, maybe you just sit down and send it out at this time of year to your top 50 clients. And you're just like, hey, you know, I just wanted to let you know what's going on. Here's you know, here's a CMA for your property. This is what's going on in the market, specifically to your, you know, beds, bath situation. And I just wanted to give you a little bit more of what's happening and let me know if you have any questions, right? So it's giving value and resource, but without, you know, making them feel like you're trying to get them to do something. It's more less salesy and more about, again, providing value, providing resource. I also think the custom market reports is a fantastic tool in that same way. So meaning what I typically do right now is, especially this time of year, right before springtime and maybe in the fall, sending your clients an easy email with a full linked, you know, custom market report of this is what's going on in Lakeview, this is what's going on in Glenview, this is what's going on in, you know, DuPage County, whatever it is, right? You can go as small or big as you like and give them an idea of what's happening in their market, because it's also not really salesy, right? It's not saying, hey, I've priced out your property. Are you looking to sell? Right? It's more about, let's talk about what's happening in the market. So if you have questions, let me know. And one of the kickers that I've been doing recently with agents is making sure that we input in that messaging that let us know if there's another area you're looking in, right? So maybe that kind of tweaks their interest and maybe they are looking to make a move. Maybe they are interested in what the market looks and where they think they'd want to go, but they really haven't had a serious conversation about that, more of like mumblings in the background. And now you're giving them that opportunity to ask those questions to the expert, right? In addition to that, I think it's just a really nice way to remind your clients that anything real estate related you are the person they should be going to for that information. And last but not least, ending any of these kinds of conversations or direct outreaches with the little reminder that if you or anyone you know is interested in another area, I'd be happy to help them. So that simple reminder that referrals are how you grow your business. Referrals is, how you do everything that you do, and understanding and reminding your client of that opportunity for you. So that's one little kicker at the end of the email that I think sometimes becomes really, really impactful. And then last but not least is Content Hub. So social media is a really powerful way to get in front of your clients. So don't think that it's not beneficial, or providing resources in that space is a great idea, because it is. So yes, we share transactions and we share, valuable resources and so on. And sometimes we get so caught up in what to share, how do I do it? And it's more about just being just do it mentality, getting it out there. I think we say this a lot, but like progress is progress over perfection kind of thing, and making sure we just do it. And in Content Hub, there is such good information about specific regions, about specific areas, not even always real estate related. And I know that that becomes super comfortable for agents. Being able to share things that are, this week we had our reel about what's going on in March in all our different regions. Simple stuff. And I think, it's not salesy, doesn't feel uncomfortable. It's just providing a really great value and getting in front of your clients as much as you can. So use Content Hub, realize that that's a nice prospecting opportunity. Okay. And some auto flow opportunities. I always want to remind agents about some simple things that we have that you can use to stay top of mind, stay in front of your clients. So, I'm just saying this out loud. We will be sending the recording as usual. And anybody that needs a copy of any of these, any of the templates to figure out how to get your 10 people up and running in the 10 free luxury portfolio magazines that you get every year, let us know. So email coachingsupport@properties.com. We'll be able to get you that template, and make sure you take advantage of that. I mean, that's free, right? And it's a really nice magazine that comes to your client, has your name on it, little gift, and just a reminder essentially of you. Simple. And again, not salesy. Whatever, they want to use it for. It's a great coffee table magazine. I'm not sure if any of you used it, but it's awesome and it's free. So we got to take advantage of that. And then also the monthly mailer program. So this is, the auto flow is set it and forget it. So luxury magazines, submit your 10 people. You don't have to think about it again. With a monthly mailer postcard program, you provide your list, minimum of 50 households. You never have to think about it again until we are updating that list, getting more people, deciding, who's really, who do we really want to receive this information, set it and forget it. The postcard comes in. I have a sample right here at the top. They see your face, they see real estate, and they've got it, and they're done, right? AdWorks is another opportunity to keep you top of mind. Your database will see you online, as they're surfing the web. And I know there's some confusion about AdWorks and how that works. So going through that and knowing that it's not just social media, I think is very important. And if you're interested in that, reach out to Coaching Support. We'll walk you through what that is, and how it works. But it's a really nice way to stay in front of your clients. And also, the little reminder that I always have is it's actually a nice way to stay in front of that second layer of your clients as well, right? So maybe not, the school friend or the neighbor or, the yoga partner that I wouldn't want to send a postcard to, but maybe putting them on my AdWorks campaign would be comfortable, because they kind of don't know that I'm sending it to them, right? They don't know that I'm advertising to them, but it really could be a nice conversation starter. So nice way to stay top of mind. So the tool that holds it all together that I think is great for us to remember and focus on, and one of my favorite tools that we kind of rolled out at the end of last year, is Pipeline. So if you're not utilizing your Pipeline tool yet in platform, I would love for you to take advantage of that and maybe try it today. As usual, we have an awesome tutorial in Ad Academy. So if you're super unfamiliar with it, please go there and watch that little video. It's very straight and to the point because I think Pipeline is an incredible tool to keep you on task. So you just add your goals, volume and, commission wise right on the CRM that feeds over to your pipeline, and everything that is communicated through the CRM and through the DMS is right in one tool and one platform. One awesome feature is the fact that you can actually toggle and go back to, your volume and your pipeline from 2024. So that's kind of cool. You can go and see your past transactions, little things as if we're thinking about the first slide of updating our database and our CRM, going back there and saying, hey, maybe there are some people that I had not entered into my database that are not getting my monthly mailer, that are not added to my AdWorks. You can actually look at the pipeline from last year and make sure you're not missing anybody. So I love that feature. I think it's awesome because before we'd have to pull your transaction to the MLS, your client name wouldn't be there. And I think you're all fantastic, but every once in a while you forget something. So if we're looking back 5 years, we can't remember that person. We remember the address, but we can't remember that person. So now it's all in one. So I love that. And again, Pipeline is located on platform. It's fully integrated again with DMS and your CRM, and it's just an all-in-one view, which I think is awesome. So if you have any questions about that, you can always reach out to coaching support, but also check out the video on Ad Academy because I think the tool's really intuitive and super easy for you to use. Awesome. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what's up next this month. So week 2 next week, Riley Zimmerman, our social media guru, is going to talk about prospecting on social media. So converting likes to leads. Then week 3, we're going to do our partner webinar. So we're going to dive into trending prospecting strategies. And then week 4 is our in-office roundtable. So I was lucky enough to join a roundtable last week, which was super cool. And that was all about mindset. This coming week 4 in-office roundtable will be about prospecting. So it's just a really nice opportunity to come into the office, work with your peers. You'll have some guided questions and worksheets so you can kind of follow along. And the goal was just to get into a space where we can work with our peers and just come up with ideas together. Because I personally feel working together is better. So that's going to be a nice opportunity to do that. So that's all I got for us today. So I'm going to go here and see if there are any questions in the chat, which there might be. So I'm so glad that everybody was here. Is there I love these questions. Let's run through them real quick. Is there a deadline to sign up for a luxury magazine this year? No, there's no deadline, Kim. So if you reach out to coaching support, we'll give you the updated template and then just fill it out. We got you. Can you send us a template of what to say in regards to? Okay, we have a lot of templates. I love that idea. And I think we're kind of in a position where we'd love to add more of that onto, the coaching support, what we have available on platform. So on platform itself, I don't know if you knew it was there, but we have a coaching support like header and section. So you can go there and see all the recordings from Accelerate. You can also see all of what's upcoming. So I love that and making sure that we take advantage of that. Awesome. So I'm super excited that we talked about prospecting today. I think it's a great way to start your Monday. I'm hoping that you took something from this and you can go motivate that for the rest of your week. My pleasure, Brandy. Megan, we actually do, the easiest way to do that is when you change your views, change your view onto the spreadsheet section when you're in the pipeline. You can actually change it from the tiles to like a more lined view. When you click that line view, there's a toggle at the top to change the year. So you'll be able to see that. Awesome. Okay, great. So if you have any more questions, please reach out to coaching support. I'm so grateful I was able to join you today, and I hope that you took something away from it and go prospect, everybody. Have a great Monday.